My name is Clifford White III. I'm a JTech student, and today we're going to talk about starter diagnosing and servicing. The idea of this video that's being filmed, scripted out visually with an appropriate video clips and audio to display and depict your automotive knowledge, skills, and attitudes related to starter diagnosis and servicing. So the potential employer can see firsthand that you actually possess necessary automotive competencies via a video competency portfolio. Now, this diagram is a schematic of how a starter starts from the ignition, which you turn in the key, coming to the battery, which goes to a relay, which is sitting inside the dash, and then it goes to the starter, which is located here. Now we're going to do our starter draw test. Keeping in mind that when you hook the machine up, positive, negative, and also the ignition coil relay, which is inside the dash, inside the car, is taken out. That way the car doesn't crank over. We're taking this and we're putting it on the negative side because we're doing it. The load test is coming off the positive side. Okay. And this is what happens once we put that load on. Now we're going to do a voltage drop read on the starter from the positive side. Okay, we've already got the lead for the positive using the ground for here from the voltage meter. Okay, and then the positive side from the voltage meter down to the positive side on the starter. And as you can see, it read 1.6. Okay, now we're going to do a voltage drop using on the negative side of the starter. What we're doing with that is making sure that the black post from the voltage meter is to the negative side, taking the positive side and sticking it to the casing of the starter. Okay? And we're reading 15.2. if I'm not mistaken. This diagram is a diagram basically of the starter and how it coincides with the battery and your engine. This diagram is going to depict and actually show you from point A, which is here, the battery, tracing the hot wire, going all the way around through the fuse system that's sitting in the dash and comes out to the starter, which is located here. So it does a roundabout. Okay. Now we're doing a voltage drop on the positive side of the starter. And what we did was we went ahead and hooked the black side to the positive, to the battery, and then we went ahead and hooked it to the positive side on the starter. Okay? And as you can see, the reading is 16.6, 16.3. Now we're going to do a starter bench test. We've taken the starter out of the car and put it on this bench so we could do a complete service to make sure it's working. Okay, and as you can see, I've got the positive to the positive side, the negative to the casing of the starter, and it's already hooked to the battery, positive, negative. Now we're going to very carefully, first thing, we're going to take this in here and go to the positive side, and then very gingerly, to make sure that it starts, stick it right in there, till the positive hot spot, if you will, to make sure that it's working. And there you go. And the starter is working perfectly.